Okay, now we're here at the back end. So Flask RESTful. These are gonna help us with our web backend stuff. um, so this is the information that we're gonna need to connect to our database. I'll actually show you that in a second. I didn't pull that up for some reason, but that's important. Um, so query blah blah blah. So these queries are how we're talking to the database. So it's going to be SQL queries for this sample, for this API. But some people use ORMs. If you wanted to try that too, I think that might be a little bit easier. I just like making the queries just because I can copy and paste them when I'm testing directly in the database. So here, using Flask RESTful, we can put this like this. So we're putting in a class called docs, and then we're going to say get and post when we send requests. This is where they're going to, respectively. And then we're going to grab that connection and put it through. I got this from the documentation for Flask RESTful, so I'm not entirely sure how this works completely, but yeah. Oh no, this is how I connected to the database. Yeah, never mind then. I thought this was something else. But yeah, so this connection should be up here, actually. I don't care anymore. Anyway, so we're going to send it our database connection to each one along with the values if there are any. So we're grabbing our body from our request body. So this is a post request. And same thing, repeated over and over again. Get, send the connection, so on and so forth. If you wanted to, you could put these in separate files and read them into here. I didn't want to go through that effort. And yeah, this is how we instantiate our router. So this will send us to different ports, pretty much. And this is how we start it. Okay. What else is there? Oh yeah, there's queries. So queries, if you don't know SQL, you should probably learn. So initially you need to parse your data if it needs parsing. Mine does. So we're going to grab our JSON value that we have, and we're going to take out title, description, blah, 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 and we're going to put it into this nice little format. So once we have this tuple, we're going to return it. Blah, blah, blah. No, we don't use this. I forget what we... Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So now we're going to do that for another thing, but we don't... Both of these do the same thing, but for two different reasons. Anyway, so when we're saving doc, we're going to insert our documents, blah, 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 blah. So now we have all these strings, returning doc ID. Cool. We need to add our tuple into this situation here. So here we have SQL, and this is our values. So that tuple here is going to be fed here. And then we're going to commit, and then we're going to return whatever comes back. So this should be an ID, unless there's like some kind of outage or something. I'm running locally, so I don't think that would ever happen. What else is there? So updating, it's the same thing as insertion, but you write update in front and it'll update whatever you sent it. I think I'm doing this incorrectly, but I didn't really want to go into the specifics of what you're inputting because I don't know what you would want to change. So, is what it is. Also, in case you were curious, an update is you delete and then insert again in the same spot that the other thing was. So you don't get a new ID. You just change everything that was in there, or some things that were in there. Cool. So select, that's what we're going to use to fetch items. Yeah, there's not much to select just because we want everything. For this specific one, it's just to grab a certain value. But for the most part, we're going to be using this anyway, which grabs everything. So we execute, we return all. And yeah, that's basically it. I think I wanted to show you the POL files too, how that works, just because that took me a while. So I got this straight from somebody else's code. I saw it and I was like, cool. Anyway, so plant UML will generate us a design document that I can show you a picture of in a second. Actually, I'll just show you when we're running stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Cool, we have to send it. So we generate a server from this. I don't know what this monstrosity is, to be perfectly honest. I think it just talks to a server, and we're sending it a request with our document, and it'll give us, or it's sending us some code to how to process stuff. And then from there, we're gonna feed it a text file that we're gonna create in a second, and it'll give us an image. And if it doesn't, it'll print out an error. So I'll just show you one of these just because the only cool part is the generating part. So if name is, oh yeah, if either of these are null or none in this situation, we don't want to do anything just because it's going to fail. So here we're going to generate our path. So it's going to go in the diagram folder with whatever your name, your document is, or ticket. So from there we open, so we're going to open /create. So this will either overwrite or create a new file. So from here, we're going to write these 2 lines. I got this from a POML like design thing when I was Googling how to do this in Python. I don't actually know what these are. They look like some kind of imports that will give us extra functionality. So this looks like shapes because it says shapes, and graphs is probably like the connector bits. Cool. So here I'm just emulating how I saw it. So we should already have POML text written in our database. So when you're submitting a document, you'll put in your design thing, and this will just print it out for future reference. So line by line, we'll put it in. I needed to add these weird lines here because a lot of the arrows that we need are special characters. So we need to escape those. And yeah, we need to add this to escape. Then we process that like we saw above, and then it'll hand us over an image that will be created in that folder. We're going to open that image, and we're going to return that image so it can be printed to the thing. Okay, I'm just going to, oh no, that was the wrong thing. I didn't want to do that. Oh, I'm still running. I forgot to turn this off. Anyway, so I'm starting up. Let me switch over for you guys. Window capture. Where am I? Okay, yeah, okay, this is good enough. Whatever. Don't look at my stuff too much, please, and thank you. I actually forgot what Flask was called because like I always get confused with dictionaries libraries and frameworks because I always get mixed up on which one's which. Anyway, so let's walk through it. We have our backlog here. In case you were wondering why it looks anyway nice, it's streamlit default. This isn't me. So as you can see, it's our data printed out. Oh, I didn't put any POML in the tickets. We'll see it in a second. But here's the updates. You can add updates here and they'll show up here. Cool. Show documents. Yeah, that's our POML text. And let's show one more thing. Specific documents. I think ID 5 has something. And yeah, it generates this right now. And this is just documentation for how things will work in your system. So that's cool. Is there anything else I want to show you? These are just forms, again. These aren't that interesting. So that's that. Do whatever you need to do with this. It's yours to use. Yeah, have fun with it. There's a to-do file if you wanted to make any of those fixes yourself. Yeah, if you wanted to have a knockoff Jira, this is your chance. So I will see you when I see you. Bye.